Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, my friends. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, leave me a comment, and by all means, share it with somebody to get something, might get something out of it. Excuse me, guys. What an amazing day, right? Guys, when you find your higher power and you live intentionally, you challenge yourself to get better every day. Guys, you know what I'm doing. I work with my therapist. I go on speaking commitments. I'm active in my home group. I'm working with my doctors, my dentist, my dermatologist, right? I've opened my business. I'm picking up new customers. And here's the thing, guys. I don't let anything overwhelm me. When I'm feeling tired, I go and I take a nap. I go to the gym to work on myself physically. I'm eating better. So, guys, what I'm trying to say is, again, this is just examples of what you can do to live a better life, guys. I understood early on that my life was a mess because, well, A, I didn't give myself any value. So if I didn't give myself value, why would anybody else, right? I understood there was a lot that was wrong. There was a lot that needed changing. And instead of letting that overwhelm me, I picked the biggest ones first. My lack of relationship with my higher power, I fixed that first. My drug addiction, took care of that secondly. Thirdly was my medical issues, so I went to my doctor, right? And then there was the dermatologist and dentist. Those two were side by side, so I working on them as I got those things done. So you'll notice those all had to do with me, guys. That was internal with myself. Before I could do anything with my external world, I had to heal the things that were wrong with me. Working with my therapist, you know what I mean? So I did, right? And as it turns out, it wasn't half as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then I started working on my daily life, my world around me, right? I had to do something about my job. It was terrible. It was a dangerous situation. Had I stayed there, I guarantee you I would not be clean right now. And that was a huge leap of faith. I remember, guys, I was $12,000 in debt just to my rent, facing eviction, and I gave up $1,000 a week job that I could have paid. But again, I explained to my landlord it wasn't a place I could remain sober, and he knew I could make the money. The most important thing was that I remained sober. So I took a leap of faith. He helped me out. I worked with my recovery advisor. I got some help with back rent. That took a huge bit of pressure off. But again, these are all things because I was engaging with my life and fixing things and being honest and coming at them straight ahead, not coming sideways, not trying to tell this person this story. No, everything's been out, on the level and open and honest, guys. Right? And it's beautiful what's happened, guys, and it's because I get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that's kind of, I don't know how that segue happened, but anyway, that's the topic of today's Just for Today NA Meditation. Sick and tired. We wanted a way out. We wanted an easy way out, and when we did seek help, we were only looking for the absence of pain. Something was not working. It hadn't been for a long time. This is actually what I wrote for myself. But the solution seemed the solution seemed so much work, so scary that I didn't know if I could see it through. And it wasn't until I changed two things. A, I started praying. It wasn't until two things happened. A, I started praying. B, the pain of what I was doing got to be too much to bear that the idea of changing seemed like the only option. Only then was I willing to do whatever it takes to put this behind me and start building a new life. And guys, and again, it's perfect because when I started this, I just wanted to be able to put down the drugs. I didn't anticipate that I would be able to become the person that I've become. The person, again, I'm not, a superstar, and nobody has to be. But I'm the person that I like. I'm the person that I can fall in love with. I'm falling in love with my life. I'm falling in love with the person I'm becoming because of my values, because of the things that matter to me, and because of the things that I'm doing. And that's everything. That is the recipe for a beautiful life. It doesn't matter whether I make $1 million or make, $100,000, right? As long as I'm happy and I'm making positive impact in the world around me and I'm uplifting other people and I'm happy with who I am at the end of the day, that's what matters, guys. You know what I mean? You got to find your passion. You got to find your path. If you're somebody that needs to make that much money, then go find a way to make that much money, right? For me, the money is an afterthought. I like what I'm doing. I like the fact that I'm running my business. I'm putting out a quality product that people are happy to collaborate with me. They're happy to give me work. I enjoy going out and doing a good job. I go the extra mile because it's what makes me happy. When I look at my work when I'm done, I know that it's done right. I know it's going to stand the test of time and it's going to hold up. And that makes me happy. And because I'm doing that, it's paying off and well, because again, work done well is always rewarded, regardless of the situation, physical work or internal work, and it's beautiful, guys, right? So that's the beauty, guys. Once the pain got to be the pain got to be too great that I was willing to do whatever it takes, and that's literally what happened. And let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit, guys. Bear with me a second here. There we go. That's better. The pain got to be too great, so I was willing to do whatever it takes. And again, I had no idea what it was going to look like. I talked about that yesterday. I really love the fact that I stood and I was adamant in my second video that you watch what's going to happen in 6 months. And here we are 5 months later, and I love my life. Again, it's, somebody else might step into it and think, oh, this is bullshit, I don't want no part of it. But again, I only compare myself with myself from where I've come from and where I'm going. And things are amazing, guys. I had a situation come up last night that, and I'm not going to speak on it yet because it's very early on and I don't know what's going to come of it. But this might be the opportunity of a lifetime that's going to change everything in my world. And again, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. But it's exactly what I've been calling in subconsciously, right? And that's what I find out, guys. I've come to find out that my brain is incredibly powerful. When I'm intentional and when I take the proper steps to bring something into my existence, I'm doing it at a rate that's just shockingly fast to me, because I'm doing it with my hand in God, and I'm doing it in the best possible way. And I'm going out of my way to help as many people as possible along the way. These are just literally, I say it all the time, guys. I've cracked the code. I'm becoming the best version of me ever. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I look 10 years younger than I did 6 months ago. I feel incredible. And again, I hate saying me, but I'm just trying to be vulnerable and show you guys the progression. Like I said, if you guys have any questions you want to talk about, go back and watch one of my first couple of videos, and you're gonna get a huge chuckle out of the difference in what I've managed to do in just a short period of time. And we're just getting warmed up here, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's because, but again, it all comes back to, I love how it always comes back to the title of the the topic. It's because I finally got sick and tired of being tired and sick and tired. And when the pain of what I was doing got to be greater than the idea of having to fix it all, I understood. And then, guys, here's the thing. It is so much worse in our head. Like, I thought this was going to be, I honestly didn't know what it was going to be. And I think part of me was afraid of having to face who I was, the wreckage of my past, and come to find out it wasn't so bad. Like, even in my worst days, I was still a fairly decent person. So I've been shocked at how quickly people have said, well, gee, because literally I wasn't really one to rip and rob and everything else. Yes, I made mistakes. I've made bad mistakes along the way. I've not finished things I was supposed to do. I've taken money on job. But again, I did, the oil job. That was the one I did that on, and I made up on that. And now all of a sudden, the family of that customer are one of my new customers that came back last week, and I'm doing a job for them this week. Guys, one after another, God is rewarding me. I'm still willing to talk with my teeth, but even that, guys, look how much better that's gotten in a week. God is rewarding me for my efforts at every turn in the most beautiful ways. And here's the thing, and this is why I say this all the time, guys. I don't put expectations or limits, and that's the thing. People ask me all the time, well, what are your plans for this? No idea. Just going to keep doing what I'm doing and see where it takes me. And they'll kind of look at me sideways, but I'm like, well, here's the thing. When I put my 2 cents in my entire life, I screwed it up. Like, somebody did a number on my head as a kid, and that's being fixed. But I at least know it enough to get it out of the way, and I just give it to God and say, God, just show me my pain. Show me your path for me. Show me what you want me to do. Drop the opportunities in front of me and let me discern which are right and which are wrong. And I'm getting hit with a lot of bullshit along the way, but I'm able to see that coming a mile away today, and I know what's in alignment with me and what's not. And that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is, it's so nice when somebody brings it up or something comes to remind me, because I'm able to look back and go, wow, man, because here's the thing. When you're doing it day in, day out, this is getting to be just normal. This is starting to feel regular, normal. And you don't necessarily see just how far you've come or just how good things are starting to get. But I get reminders of it all the time. I was working with a contractor this morning who's got an avenue to give me, literally put my company on the map. I mean, this guy can throw, $300,000 or $400,000 work every year towards me. And he pulled me aside and he asked me just how much work I'm willing to do for him, what service I'm willing to provide, because he loves the fact that I've cleaned myself up. He loves my work. He loves my attitude, and he wants to he wants to work with me as much as humanly possible. Guys, this is a person that wanted nothing to do with me a year ago, and rightfully so. I was dangerous. I mean, and it was clear as day, and half the time they pull in a parking lot, I'd be nodding out, behind the wheel of my pickup truck, or making up some bullshit story, or I don't have to do any of that today, guys, and I'm so incredibly grateful for it. But I also don't look down on those who do, other than I try to encourage them, and I won't allow them on a job site, because the other thing, guys, all those things that I used to think were unnecessary are necessary. There's rules in place for a reason, guys. Right and wrong is right and wrong for a reason. And as long as you know the difference between the two, if you're doing the wrong, you're not going to get a good reward, particularly if you know you're doing wrong. You got to understand that your relationship with your higher power, regardless what you call yours, however you believe, whatever your belief system looks like, is fine. I'm not going to sit there and tell you mine's better than yours better than mine. It's all the same at the end of the day, wrapped in a different package. But you've got to get in alignment with it. You've got to figure out who it is that you are, what it is that you're here to do, and then start doing it to the best of your ability, and do it in a way that helps other people along the way. And not only will you be happy, but literally your life will be blessed in ways that will just shock you on a regular basis. And that's where I'm at today, and I love where I'm at today. That's why I keep coming back day in and day out. And even this is starting to hit a point where I'm getting slow, steady growth. And I didn't know, guys. I didn't know if I'd make it to 100 subscribers, and we just hit 1,500 this morning. And guys, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And it's growing constantly, right? And there's ebbs and flows to anything. A holiday weekend, the views will come way down. Somebody want to watch, but you know what? I don't let that worry me anymore now, because I've been doing it long enough that I'm starting to see the patterns, and I'm like, okay, I can anticipate it. And yet, there's always 1 or 2 people that watch my videos every day, so I come back and do it every day. There's been times I'm thinking, well, if I'm only going to get 2 views maybe I shouldn't post a video every day. But no, that's been my commitment, guys. I do this every day because it's 1 or 2 people that show up every day and watch them, and so I'm here for you. And that's what life is all about, guys, because that's part of my soul's path, is to be here for other people, here for those that need me. And the funny thing on that is I'm posting over on TikTok as well. I post shorter versions, condensed version of the same material over there, a little bit different format, but because I'm trying to encourage people, and I'm using myself as an example, what's happening, it draws in scammers like you wouldn't believe, guys. I cannot believe the amount of fake profiles and fake scammers over there. But again, I don't let that bother me. It started to for a minute. I considered stopping posting over there. And I'm so glad I didn't, because somebody reached out to me yesterday, and I had one of the best conversations of my life, and I was able to make a difference. And they're able to make a difference. And that's just it, guys. And so I understand that's important for me to be there as well, because I'm making a big impact over there. But and understanding that all the scammers coming at me are just keeping my discernment sharp. They're not hurting me in any way, because I don't let anybody, I'm not gonna, somebody sends me, again, what it is, I don't give out my personal information, period. You have my email. You can send me a message on TikTok, and you can send me an email, and if there's anything that comes on beyond that, if you show me proof of something, collaborate, and then we'll go from there. But I literally get something like 60 or 70 people asking me for my WhatsApp number, my Telegram number. I don't give any of that information out, because you never know AI and everything else. Say you don't know how somebody might get the back door in. I get a call once a week from Google. Somebody's trying to change my password, and that's part of life, guys. And you just got to do the best you can with it. Be aware of it and be on top of it, and not let it bother you. But I'm not going to not show up because of these things. I just take my precautions, and I'm so glad that I don't let outside situations change who I am, because God showed me who I am, and I'm showing the world who I am, because I love who I am. And because every time I get the urge to shut down because somebody keeps coming at me, I stand my ground. I stand 10 toes down, and when I do, I prove to God, universe, spirit, Buddha, Allah, whatever, that I'm ready for this next level. And then immediately thereafter, or shortly thereafter, some beautiful new situation opens up, and it's as a direct result of me have not shutting down and not giving in the towel. So I understand now there's a very, very important purpose, and everything that I'm going to receive is directly based on my ability to discern, to stay sharp, to not shut down, to not let anything else change who I am or what I'm doing. And the rewards get better and better, guys. I can't speak on the latest, but I can tell you what, you guys are going to see a happier version of me than I thought was humanly possible. Like I can't wait to share it with you, but I can't just yet, but I will when I can. Guys, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed. Thank you so much for sticking around and taking the time out of your day to spend some of it with me. You mean the world to me. I love each and every one of you more than you possibly know. God loves you more than you can possibly imagine. Love yourself. Pour into yourself. Help me make this world a better place. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.